On this episode of Ghost Hunters International, the team drops into battle-scarred Serbia for one of their biggest cases ever.
There's light coming in from down there.
I keep seeing this. I don't know what it is.
At this fortress on the Danube, Paul and Susan make terrifying contact with a spirit.
Are you a trapped soldier here?
Holy
What?
Something just pulled my hair.
And when Joe and Scott go up against the executioner's wall, they connect with a departed victim.
If you're here, can you lower the temperature? Do you see how it just dropped?
Yes. Something just touched me.
Can Barry and Chris avoid an army of the dead at the Petra Veridine fortress?
I thought I saw movement.
What the
What the
hell?
hell is that?
So folks, welcome to Novi Sad in the sunny country of Serbia. We're going to a fortress called Petra Veridine, and Susie's going to give us a download to see what we're likely to come up against.
This is the Petra Veridine fortress, which is located in the Danube River, and it is massive. This place is 12 miles of underground tunnels, and one word of advice. I know that these tunnels are really, really unstable. There have been hundreds of people that have died from these tunnels. Now, these tunnels go in so deep underground that you actually lose oxygen at some parts. So we have to be really careful down there.
We're in tunnels that are going to kill us, and we're running out of oxygen.
Yes.
Fantastic. We're going to be the ghosts.
Some people claim that they saw shadow figures, black masses, and even gray mists. We have people claiming that they have creepy feelings of being watched and followed and even feeling cold spots. People are also reporting the sound of rifles going off. Wow. Today, the fortress is actually a historic landmark. Our client, Alan, has called us in to check out these claims. And is it safe for people to come through here?
Well, thank you, Susan, for a very insightful download. Though I must admit, Paul, I think she's trying to kill us all off. So, folks, as we're crossing the Danube, up to the right is the fortress. It is huge.
That thing is massive.
Hello.
Alan, how are you? Pleased to see you.
Welcome to Serbia, welcome to Petra Fortress.
Nice to meet you.
This fortress was built 3 centuries ago during the Austrian Empire. The construction process lasts 1 century. This was the last defense of the Christianity of the Austrian Empire, because Turks were coming from the south and from Asia, so there was a lot of great battles here. And that's why they start building the underground system.
This place is huge.
It is.
Yes,
You know,
it's
it's
very
very
huge.
impressive coming into it.
Yes, the biggest undestroyed fortress in Europe. I'm glad that you are here because people are claiming that there is a lot of activities here.
So why don't we get a start and get you to show us around these areas where some of this activity happens?
Okay,
Great.
let's go.
So how many soldiers were based here at one time, Alan?
Probably there can be more than 30,000 soldiers.
Wow.
So we are here in the Logistic Tunnel.
So what type of activities reported here, Alan?
People are reporting that they heard footsteps.
So these footsteps, were they running or were they just walking?
Running.
Okay, we'll certainly make a point of trying to record some of those.
Yes.
But shall we move on?
Yes, we'll move on.
Okay.
We are now in the part of the underground system where the Austrian soldiers were preparing an ambush for the Turks. Totally dark. There were also mine tunnels below their feet and they will explode. And they would attack them. Classical ambush.
Now, what type of paranormal activity is reported here?
People have claimed that they are being watched here. Other people are seeing some moving mist. Others are mentioning black mags here.
Well, that's something we're going to have to get a look at.
Definitely.
So, where to next?
We will now go to the outside.
Please.
Okay, come with me. This area was a prison, and many famous people were here. I don't know, maybe you heard of Tito, leader of former Yugoslavia. He was captured here, and he was an Austrian soldier. Be careful here. There were some political prisoners here, and they tortured them here. And people live here in very, very bad and terrible conditions. So a lot of people died here.
So what type of activity is said to happen here?
People are claiming that they heard some sounds of moans, as if someone was in pain.
Okay, so that's the sounds of suffering, really.
Yes,
That's what they're hearing here.
And some people reported that they saw some shadows here.
Once I was with friends in the prison, we all began to hear chains like they were being dragged. Then we felt a sudden and extreme coldness, like ice. I felt someone or something next to me. It touched my hand, and I heard a voice followed by others. They were saying, "Set us free."
So we are now in the front of the execution wall. Probably more than a few hundred people were killed here. It was done always after the midnight, deep in the night.
So, I mean, what kind of activity are people experiencing here?
Some people are reporting that they heard a thunder of rifle gunfire here. Some are reporting that they see some shadows. They heard a voice of dying man.
I'm not crazy about standing in front of a wall where a bunch of people are gunned down.
I must admit I'm feeling very uncomfortable about standing in front of this myself. So where shall we go next?
So we are going to see the outer underground system.
Shall we?
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, so these seem further away than the main complex itself.
Yes. This is the upper fortress, this is the lower fortress. Below this area, there is a 16 kilometers underground tunnel.
16?
Just in this area.
We're like walking into a jungle.
Inside the lower tunnels, there are places where satanic rituals are held, and they worship the devil. One night, we went there, some friends and I, and we heard some people crying out for help. They were screaming, "Help me! Help me!" It was an awful sound I will never forget.
This small room is satanic ritual room. Look at these bones laying on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
We are still wondering if these bones are human or animal or mixture, and we would like to know.
They look a little big for a cat or a dog.
We would like to know what's going on here. People are feeling the negative energy here. Some people are reporting that they heard some whispers. They are reporting they saw white shadows moving in the front of this tunnel.
I saw the shadows of people. It looked as if they were trying to dig their way out of the tunnels to get to the surface. They paid no attention to me because they were panicking and filled with fear and desperately digging. It was clear to me that they did not know they were already dead.
This is an immense, the size, the sheer scale that we're going to be working tonight. It really means that we're going to be taking a different approach as far as how we're going to be setting up. We're not going to be able to use the DVR. We're all going to be having cameras, EMF meters, audio recorders. Everything basically has to come out with us.
We are utilizing everything that we have. In fact, some of the equipment that is not designed to be portable, we are making it portable to make sure that we are giving this the best opportunity for a full investigation as we simply can. Well, this is all looking as if we've got a full table of equipment ready to go.
Yes, we do. We have everything from Mel meters to different illuminators, the geophones. We got the motion cameras, E-pods, the biologger. We got the EFP, the audio recorders, thermal camera, IR cameras, 360 mics. You got your full spectrum handy cams as well as the laser.
Wow.
Now, finished putting together your rig that you asked me to do.
Great.
As requested, you got your full spectrum handheld. You got your night vision. You got your illuminator as well as audio, and it all can basically be controlled with one hand. So how's that for a slice of fried gold?
Fantastic.
Wow. Doesn't look crazy at all.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. So we're aware, of course, of the dangers of this location.
Yes.
So be careful, think smart, and let's get some evidence here. Okay, so let's get going. here we go.
All right.
So the entrance to the outer tunnels. Let's go.
Barry and I were investigating in the lower level of the outside tunnels. Oh, watch out. The reports said that people have seen a black mass. They've seen a mist. They'll feel like they're being watched. Yeah.
Can we leave a lucky charm at this window?
We can.
Great. These tunnels are almost 16 kilometers long. It is very, very easy to get lost.
We've got a planet. Yep. Looks like Saturn.
So Chris and I took the precaution of setting signs out that would indicate which direction we needed to go in should we get lost. Just set it there on the ground. I know that there's a crossroads coming up. We should be very careful there.
What'd you hear?
It sounded like something running away. You hearing that? Nothing. Okay. I could have swore I heard a voice there. But I have no idea which direction it was coming from.
Barry. What the hell?
Hearing that?
Yes.
Footsteps. Hello? Wilbur? I have seen those up. What the
What the
hell?
hell is that?
Hello? Wilbur? I have seen those up. What the hell?
What the hell is that?
As Chris and I were investigating the tunnels, we have to say that we heard something very unusual immediately to the tunnel to the left. It sounded as if whatever it was in those tunnels.
Hello? Someone there?
Guten Tag. Wie geht's? Let's get going.
Oh, God.
This is the room where they perform the satanic rituals. Here's the bones.
That looks like the leg bone.
And this is a knee joint.
Yeah, it looks like it could be a knee joint, but that's kind of big.
But there's no skull. I wonder where the
There
head
isn't a
was.
skull. Maybe it's still buried, because it doesn't even look like some of this is completely dug up.
Chris and I thought it was a good idea to take a sample of the bones that were said to be a person. We'll give those to Susan, and Susan will take those bones and get them analysed. And then we'll get a full report, and will give us the ID of what those bones actually belong to. Let's get our stuff together and get out of here.
So EVP session, this is Paul and Susan. We're at the Barricade of the upper tunnels.
Paul and I headed over to the Barricade tunnels. Some of the claims here, like throughout the fortress, are hearing whispers and seeing shadow people.
I'm gonna set the laser up and shoot down here, so.
Hello? If you can hear me, can you please follow the sound of my voice? I'd like to meet you.
Is there something we can do to help you? Are you a trapped soldier here?
Are you a prisoner? Were you executed on the fortress grounds, in these tunnels? Were you tortured? Try to scream as loud as you can, so I could follow your voice and help you escape.
You got a little movement in the laser.
Is that you trying to make yourself known? Can you somehow manifest into the body you used to have before you passed away? at least form the shape so we can identify you?
I think we're being watched.
Why would you think so?
I just think there's something at the end of this hallway. Straight in front of us. Every now and again, it gets really dark down there. Just in the corner.
Are you getting any movement, like when you take your pictures?
One of them appears to have some sort of distortion. I just heard footsteps.
Oh.
What?
There's movement.
What did you say?
It's just the lasers. There was blockage and movement, and they were all distorted.
Camera's facing down there, right?
Yeah. Hold on, I need to see what this was, because I saw it was clear as day. I could have sworn I saw something fly right through these lasers. Holy
What?
I keep seeing this. I don't know what it is.
Come on, man, let's stop playing games. Come forward. Just let us know you're here.
Yeah, there's something in here. It's like...
Just give us a sign that you understand me. Just give us a sign that you're here. Don't be scared.
My hair's being pulled.
Straight to the end of here. Shh. So I just saw someone. While investigating in the Barricade area, we're getting a lot of different sort of cat and mouse activity going on. We're chasing these dark masses. We're, hearing sounds. Shh. So I just saw someone. I just saw something right. I just saw something here.
Let's be quiet.
Let's go, man. What?
Something just pulled my hair. Yeah. Is there anything on it?
No, not that I can see. No, it didn't get caught there.
I experienced what felt like something tug on my hair, and it was a serious tug, enough that it hurt and pulled on my scalp. Is there anything coming from the ceiling?
No.
I asked Paul to check it out for me. Nothing was there. Nothing was tugging my hair, so I had no idea what that was. Huh. That was a tug, too. It was like, it hurt a little. Oh.
Okay, if there's somebody in here with us right now, if you just tug Susan's hair, then give us a sign. Give us another sign. Do something to me. Touch me on the shoulder. Are you the person who grabbed Susan's hair just now?
Is that you trying to make yourself known? I want to know what this dark shadow is, because it could be a possible explanation as to what pulled my hair and also what I saw through the laser grid. We had the full spectrum running, my mini DV running. We had also audio running, so who knows, maybe during our EVP session we captured the voice of the past.
All right, looking for the execution wall.
Yep.
Scott and I are investigating the execution wall at Petrovaradin. The claims of activity are that they see shadows, that they hear moans, and there are over 200 people shot there. Can you show us which part of the wall that you were against when you were shot?
We see the bullet holes on the wall. Did you die as a result of these?
Was your death quick and painless?
a tunnel over here.
We went into the tunnel to conduct our EVP session.
EVP session, Joe and Scott.
Wall of execution. If there are any spirits here, don't be afraid of our equipment.
There's a box that we put in front of us. It's got an orange glowing light on it. If you're here, can you make the number lower? Can you lower the temperature? Did you see how it just dropped from almost like 53 to 51?
Yes. Can you bring it down to 50 degrees? 51.4 or something? 51.3. Is that you? Are you dropping the temperature to
It is going
make
down.
yourself known? The temperature was dropping. And that's something of interest because usually when a spirit tries to manifest itself, it draws the energy from the surrounding area, giving us that cold spot.
Please bring it down more.
It's 50.8. It's going lower.
It is.
Is there, like, bugs in here or something above me? Because I felt something, like, brush my hair.
Did you touch my friend Joe on his head? Can you do that again, please?
We are truly here to collect evidence that you do exist and that you are here. You have an opportunity here.
I think something just touched me.
What? I don't see any bugs.
It didn't feel like a bug. It felt like a hair or something.
Yeah.
And we examined the tunnel for any spider webs, cobwebs, any roots, any kind of insects, and we did not see anything at the time, so that was something of interest. Are you speaking with us in here? Are you trying to contact us?
It's going back up.
Yeah, it is. 52.1.
Mm-hmm. 52.6.
7. Are you still here with us?
I felt like there had been something that dragged across the back of my neck. And then shortly after, Scott experienced it as well. It's definitely something to keep in the back of your mind that something could be manifesting itself in our area.
There's the barricade. So let's stop here.
All right.
And set up the thermal.
Barry and I decided to head down to the upper tunnels because Paul and Susan had had some experiences down there.
There's light coming in from down there somewhere.
I was just gonna say, I thought I saw movement in it to the left side. I thought I just saw somebody to the right of me. Did you see that at all?
No, I was looking actually back into the other rear tunnels.
It was like a shadow play, like right here.
Okay, let's take a look at this up here.
Just as we walked in, we were seeing these shadows. So we started heading down towards where the barricades are set up. What was that?
Did you hear that?
Yes. It was coming from down there.
It wasn't from down here.
It was like a shadow play, like right here.
Okay, let's take a look at this up here.
What was that?
Did you hear that?
Yes. It was coming from down there.
It wasn't from down here.
Barry and I were investigating in the upper tunnels, and we heard what sounded like this long, drawn-out, deep exhale. And it came from this room right to our left. And it was loud. It definitely startled me. What the hell was that?
Hello?
Bear, that was loud.
It was very loud. Let's go. Merhaba. What happened?
We ended up heading down in that direction, trying to figure out where this sound could have come from, but there is nobody else in these tunnels. Who's in here?
I thought you just touched me in the arm.
No.
That's why I put it across to see the distance.
Yeah, I didn't touch you. I haven't moved.
Wow. I thought maybe it was Chris had maybe just moved her arm against mine, but immediately whenever I reached out, she was far enough away. So I'm not quite sure what just happened there. Merhaba. hearing that?
Yes.
Let's go.
We aren't afraid of you. We want you to come out. Barry.
Now you're hearing the footsteps.
Yeah. Where are they?
I don't know. They're coming from everywhere.
I thought they were that.
Let's give it a second. See if we can try it. Isolate them. Get the feeling that we're being played with here.
I know. Why don't you stop playing games? I would expect more from military. We'd like you to come out. We are unarmed. We brought a lot of equipment with us. We had everything running the entire time we were down here. So I'm sure there's a good chance we may have picked up not only the exhale, but the footsteps that we were hearing. I don't even know how to explain that. And it was loud. I can't get over how loud it was.
Whatever it is gone for now.
This area here is the logistical area.
Paul and I headed over to the Logistic Tunnels. There have been claims of voices as well as shadow people and feelings of strange sensations or the feelings of being watched. If you can hear me, can you please follow the sound of my voice? I'd like to meet you.
Shh. Can you hear a woman's voice? I'm hearing a woman's voice. Immediately, I started hearing what sounded like a woman's voice. It sounded like a whisper, which is one of the claims. People are saying they're hearing these voices. Is there anybody in here with us?
If anybody's here, can you please try to follow the sound of my voice?
I just heard a moan.
Are you serious?
It just sounded like a moan.
I heard it. I heard it too.
Is there somebody here with us right now?
Shh. I just heard something again. Don't be scared of us. Please come closer.
What's wrong?
I think I saw movement over there. I could have sworn I saw like a black mass. Nothing's in here. When we were investigating the sounds traveling into the tunnels, I saw at the very end what looked like a shadow. It pretty much disappeared. I had no idea where it went.
Well, I didn't hear anyone running away.
We had the full spectrum running, my mini DV running, so hopefully we captured something on these devices.
Let's go to the execution wall.
Okay.
So Chris and I came down to investigate the area known as the execution wall. The reports of activity here range from seeing shadows move to hearing people screaming and of course the sounds of gunfire going off. Chris and I are hoping that to reach out to any spirits that may linger here.
We've been told stories about this place. We're not sure if they're true or not. Are you a soldier?
If you were executed here, is it possible that you can whisper your name?
What crime did they charge you with? Were you guilty?
Is there any spirit here that would like to come forward to us? Do you understand us? Sprachen Sie English?
Why do you stay here? Do you have a choice, or are you stuck here?
Okay. Right, ending EVP session. Let's get my camera and we'll go.
Okay.
This is the prison.
Yep.
They say that they hear like chains.
Yeah, chains.
Moaning.
Moaning of like people dying. It's horrible. And you can kind of get a feel for it. This is Joe and Scott in the prison.
Can you tell us what it was like to be in this prison?
Do you think you're still in jail and in prison? You're not. You're free. Please come talk to us. Come forward.
What crimes did you commit to be put in prison?
Holy, you hear that?
Is that breathing?
Are you kidding me?
Let's walk the whole perimeter, make sure there's nobody in here.
Can you do that again, please?
We're not here to kick you out. What was that? It sounded like somebody tinkering with the chain.
Can you do that again, please? What the was that?
That sounded like metal.
That sounded like chains. Is there anyone here with us?
There's no need to be afraid. All we want to do is talk. We started hearing some sounds. We could actually hear chain rattling and heavy breathing at one time.
My friend Joe just wants to take a picture of you.
We're not going to hurt you. We're not the police.
Are you still here with us? Please talk to us. Are you afraid of us? Don't be.
Please don't run away from us.
My friend Joe and myself are here to help you.
All right, I see a meter ahead.
Yeah.
All right, so we've come full circle. We gave chase, and we couldn't find what the source was. It was pretty freaky.
Let's get inside.
Okay.
Steady as she goes.
Barry and I were investigating the prison. Joe and Scott, they said that they heard what sounded like chains.
Something doesn't sit with my stomach in this place. Let's set up here at the bottom. Some dust in here is catching my throat.
What was that? Where did that come from? Who's in here? What was that?
What was that?
Who's in here? What was that?
What was that? Step forward.
Never
Step
mind.
forward quickly.
What'd you hear?
It sounded like footsteps.
Barry and I were investigating the prison, and at one point, it sounded very clearly like footsteps coming from behind us. Can you hear that? One's up there and then one's over here.
Mm-hmm. Are there any spirits still here? Can they please come forward? Did you die here?
It is very dark in here, and we're having a hard time seeing you.
Can you step out from any of the pillars? Step out for a few moments.
What was that?
Did you hear that?
Yes. There's a window over there, isn't there?
Yeah.
At one point, we heard a noise come from our left. The only problem with this was that when we went to check it out, it was right around a window. So there's a good chance that something, again, could have just been blown around. So at this point, I'm not really sure what it was.
Okay, folks, we've had a great investigation, so let's get everything wrapped up, get ready to go. There was a range of activity experienced by all teams, from hearing footsteps and seeing shadows and actually being confronted and having their hair pulled. We also were able to take a sample of the bones, which were taken down in this satanic chamber. So we'll take those in for analysis, and we'll find out the true identity of what these bones once belonged to.
So we're just about to go into analysis for the Petrovaradin fortress. Now, because we weren't using the DVR, it just meant we had to be out there with a lot more equipment. We were using everything from our camcorders down to our audio recorders. There was a thermal camera. We were using our full spectrum video recorders, and we were using the laser burst digital photography, full spectrum photography. So with the amount of equipment we were actually using, I'm very sure that something's going to come from this.
Hey guys, I've got some DV footage, and this is Paul and Susan. You're in the upper level tunnels.
Yeah.
Right.
And that you mentioned that you hear a moan, and I think I actually got it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a listen.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a body?
Yeah.
What's crazy about that, too, is, like, I didn't hear it at the time.
It actually sounds really close to you.
I know, that's creepy.
Nice.
Good cash, Joe. I think Barry will be pleased. Let's see what else we can find.
Cool.
Okay. Hey guys, I've got some DV footage. This time it's Chris and Barry, and they're in the prison, and it sounds like they hear a woman's voice, and you can hear it, but it's kind of faint.
Okay.
All right, give it a listen.
Some dust in here is catching my throat.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's not faint. You can definitely
Yeah, that's
hear
not faint at all.
There's something there, definitely.
Yeah. The sound travels from one side to the next.
So this thing is moving.
And that means that whatever was actually making that sound would have actually literally passed in front of him. Because if he's holding the camera and it's coming from one side to the other, it's going to be louder on one side and then...
That's why, because it did sound like it was a little low at first, and then it got louder towards the end.
Excellent, good find. Let's see what else we can get.
Okay.
Hey guys. Just going through full spectrum photos right now. Susan and I were experiencing these shadows constantly throughout our investigation of the barricade room. And it seemed to simply be playing cat and mouse with us the entire time. But this one time, Susan, she said, there's something there.
Yeah, it was pitch black in there. The only thing that was illuminating was the laser grid. I just saw something that was exceptionally darker than the rest of the room. And I saw it. I quickly turned on my flashlight. And then...
This is what we got.
That's a shadow person.
That's what I saw.
Hello, welcome back to the fortress.
Thank you.
I'm glad to see you again.
Now, one of the mysteries you brought to us was the bones in the tunnels. What we did is we collected a few of those bones, and Susan brought them to a bone specialist, and he checked them out, and from what he could tell, he said that they're too large to be human.
Too large for humans?
Yeah, and the more he looked at him, he said that he could actually see the butcher marks on them. From what he was able to tell us, they were a cow.
There were some unusual things happening, I have to say. While Chris and I were investigating the barricades, we heard these unusual footsteps that seemed to come from somewhere within the chamber. So we'll let you hear these and see what you think for yourself.
Okay. That sound was behind you?
It was actually in front of us.
In front of you?
Yeah.
It sounded like we could follow the sound, like it walked by. Freaked me out a little bit.
As Chris and I were trying to find our way around the tunnel system, something approached the mic and then moved off very quickly.
Damn it, Barry! Why did you just...
Let's run it one more time for him. Have you ever experienced this before down in the tunnels, that something has approached you and moved off?
I experienced some strange sounds. It was very scary because I was alone.
Yeah.
And I heard that. What was that?
At one point during the investigation, Paul and Susan were in the Barricade tunnel. Now, one of the things that they did hear was this moan. Luckily, they were able to catch it, so we're going to let you listen to that.
Did you ever exist in this physical world? Did you have a body?
Yeah. Can you go again?
Yeah.
Did you have a body? Did you have a body? Did you have a body?
It's interesting because it was just after her question.
Yes. Of course, there is no word with it. It's just that unusual sound that was presented to the question.
At one point, Barry and I were actually down in the prison. We caught what sounded to us like a voice. It comes right after Barry's talking.
Some dust in here is catching my throat.
Somebody say something?
That's what we were under the impression as well.
To us, the voice sounded female. Would there be any reason for females to be down there?
It was normal for soldiers to have prostitute twice per month.
Okay.
Well then.
That may explain that. Okay,
Oh, wow.
Moving on, of course. Susan and Paul were reporting seeing shadows moving back and forward within the Barricade tunnel. Paul then went ahead and opened the shutter of the camera. This is a photograph taken looking down toward the rear passageway, the entranceway into the Barricade room.
Yes.
Now, if we go to the next picture, that's whenever they caught the shadow standing at the end of the fortress. There he is.
It's very strange.
These laser pointers that Paul uses were piercing the shadow itself. There was no substance with this particular shadow, yet it appeared.
When I first saw this picture, the first thing I thought of was maybe this was their shadow. The problem is that Paul's standing right next to the camera. Susan is actually sitting over here on the floor. So there's no reason for her shadow to be showing up here either.
It's logical. There is no shadow at the ground connected with the body, so.
It's probably one of the wildest things I've ever seen.
What do you think? Is this place haunted or not?
Well, after seeing everything and experiencing all those things, and of course the photograph that was taken down in the Barricade room, we do believe that there is strong paranormal activity going on within the fortress, and we do believe that it's haunted. But there was nothing in it that we felt was really threatening.
So it's safe?
And it's safe, yes.
Okay, that's important. Thank you very much for coming. I'm glad that you meet you and that you conducted some very interesting investigation.
Until the next time, do widzenia.
Do widzenia.
It's nice to meet you.
It's very interesting that the GAH team actually proved many things that people were claiming, reporting these years. I was very surprised when I saw a photo of the shadow in the Barricade tunnel. It was a great discovery.
You know, Barry, I think overall I was really surprised with the Fort Petrovaradin. You know, we went in, we had a lot of personal experiences, but I think what really sold him was the photo of the shadows.
That's whenever he understood completely what was there. Let's get back, grab the rest of the team, and get moving on to our next case.
Sounds good.